Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about savings and what are the principles that I learned to save money. The first question I asked myself was, how did I save? And what did I do with the savings? And just my concept about savings comes down to the concept that I use for everything. And is you have to know where you want to go. You have to visualize what's your goal. Then once you understand where you want to go, then you have to make a plan to understand how to get there. So the first thing you have to find out is what you want to do with your savings. So if you plan to save, you have to start with the end. You have to start with like, okay, I'm gonna get $10,000 or 20,000 or 100,000. What am I gonna do with the money? What is this money going to mean to me? And what am I gonna do with it? That's first step. Second step is how am I gonna get there? In order for you to understand how to get there, you have to know where you are now. What do I mean with that? If you are in debt, $10,000, $5,000, $20,000, whatever amount you are in debt, you have to know that in order for you to get to the next step, you have to know your situation in your current moment. So if you are behind, and let's say you owe money, you are in debt and you've been spending money, the way I started was this way. I got a financial statement. I got all my expenses written down as well as how much did I make a month. And this was including taxes. Every penny that I got was recorded onto this paper. So I seen my financial statement. I seen exactly how much I was making and where I was spending most money. And one thing that I noticed as far as like what I was spending money on, and it could be very simple, but yet it stacks up like crazy. It was food. We all spend money on food. It's a very easy thing to spend with because we need food on a daily basis. But what I noticed was that I was eating out a lot. So 3 times a day I was going out and getting something to eat. First, it wasn't good for my health. Second, I was spending too much money on junk food. So I needed to find out how I can cut my expenses a little bit and how I can increase my income, right? Because that's where I was. So I was spending too much money and I wasn't able to save. So what I did is I looked at my expenses. I said, okay, I need to do something to increase my income. Because the more income I have, the better I will be at the end of the month. I will be in a better position to maybe spend a little bit more on what I needed. So food for me was one of the biggest things that I was spending money on. So I had to figure out a way for me to cook at home, right? To chop that expense. That was one thing. And I was going out and shopping a lot. I looked at what I was shopping for. So every the month that I did my financial statement, I looked at my credit card bill, and I seen that I was spending too much money on clothes that sometimes I didn't wear. I found out that I was buying clothes that it was brand new, and it was still in my drawer. But yet I wanted to buy more. And sometimes in my case, I'm the type of person that I just like one shirt and I like to wear it. I don't like to put too much thought into what am I going to wear the next day. I just like to have a favorite shirt or a couple of them, and then that's what I wear, and I wash them pretty constant. So I figure out that I was spending money on stuff that I didn't need, and it was just being in the drawer. It wasn't useful. So I had to find out where I was at that moment. So once I wrote down that financial statement and I figured out where I was spending more money, the next month, as soon as I got my check, I was like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do. I need to cut this expense and I need to cut this expense. Now I have to go grocery shopping. Now I have to make sure I'm not going to the mall and just start buying things that I don't need. So that was one big key point in my life I that I got. I got the revelation that I was spending money on things that were worthless. I was spending money on liabilities, things that would go down in value, that were not valuable to me. Once I figured that out, I said, okay, what I need to do now is to save a certain amount. I need to save 10,000. I need to save 20,000. Once again, like I told you at the beginning, you have to have a goal, a purpose for that amount of money, for your savings. Your savings should not be just a save. Your savings have to have a purpose. That money should be working for you. And maybe you want to put it into investments, into maybe buying a home, something of that nature, something that you can figure out how to make that money work for you instead of you working for money. I believe one thing, that savings is not a good thing to do. Meaning, if you are going to save money just to save money, you're doing the wrong thing. But if you're saving money to produce more money, for you to work a little bit less, or for you to retire at the end when you can invest $10,000 and maybe come up with, I don't know, 10, another 10, so 100% return or 20% return, whatever it is, whatever you are doing to grow that money, so when you are at an older age, you are able to bring money into you by not working. So you are giving that money a purpose. So you always have to have the end goal in mind. And that's what I did. And that's the thing that I will recommend you. That in order for you to be better in the future, you have to start from today. And do not save just to save. Save with a purpose. Understand what money is. And the money right now, especially in the times that we are in, right now with COVID and all of this stuff going on, there was big checks that the government was writing. And the Fed was printing money like crazy. If you understand how money works, you will understand that the more money they print, your money that's in savings or just in your pocket is going down in value. So what you need to do is to have a purpose for that money in order for it to grow. So just don't save. Save with the end goal in mind. Something that is going to produce more money for you. So that way when you get out of a job or later on in life, it can work for you and you don't have to work for it. So this is what I did, and I really hope that this will help you guys out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message. You can reach me on Instagram as well here in the channel. And if you guys have any questions at all as far as like how to make a financial statement too, just reach out to me and I will give you a template of what that financial statement is. So that way you guys are able to get ahead and not be living paycheck to paycheck. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out, and thank you for watching.